Okay, maybe you're like me and you got some wrong on the practice quiz. Honestly, I thought this was a weird question. I have a few questions here. I just thought were weird. I'm like, what are they asking? Like, why? These are ordered pairs. These are coordinates. I have no idea. I kept on thinking this was a quadrant. Then I took it to a math teacher and she said, yeah, you're overthinking it. Just do the math. Like, literally, you know, this means less than. Just plug them in. So if this is your x, right, and this is your y, -1 times 3 would be -3. Is -3 smaller than -3? No. 1 times 5 is 5. Is 5 smaller than 3? No. 2 times -1 is -2. Ooh, is -2 smaller than -3? No, it's bigger, right? Because of your number line. -2, -3. -1, 0. All right? So -2 is bigger than -3. So no. I was like, oh my goodness. -1, -4. So -4. So is -4 smaller than -3? Yes. So I should have checked that one. And of course, look, it says 2. I didn't even check 2. -2, -5 is -10. Is -10 smaller than -3? Yes. So those were my two answers. All right? So I got that wrong. And I'm the teacher, so don't feel bad, okay? The question was weirdly worded. Now this one was like, whoa. I started laughing when I saw this question. I was like, okay, what are they on about in here? Now, here's the tricker of this, okay? Hint, C-A-B is half. So this C-A-B, what if I can zoom out here on the fly? If I zoom out, yes, good, because I can see more of it. There we go. Sorry, I'm using my document camera. So C-A-B is half. So what that means is that this 40 is half of this one. And we never covered, that's kind of weird, right? So that one is actually 80. Okay, so and we know that these are equilateral, right? These signs here. So if that is 80, and we know the law of inside triangles, right? So 180 minus 80 is 100. So this has to be 50, and this has to be 50. Okay, so then these are obviously going to be equal to these. So 180 minus 40 is 140, but it's going to be, all of this is going to be 70. So therefore this is going to be 20. I know, that was a tricky one, wasn't it? Oh. So, okay, I don't think they're going to be this hard. So don't stress, but that was a weird one. And I know, this was like a weird triangle thing, that you have to know what these triangles inside of triangles. Okay, that was a crazy question. Okay, I laughed so hard when I got this one wrong, because then I looked at it again, and I'm like, okay, a couple different ways we could do this one. If you have a calculator that has fractions on it, you could literally just use your calculator and do fractions, right? In my mind, I'm a kind of a decimal girl. I'm kind of like, this is 2.25. Maybe this is in the best way. This is 3.40, right? In my world, I'm like, I'm a decimal girl at times, I guess. That's my accounting brain, always thinking money decimals. 2.25 times 3.40 is $7.65. $7.65. I put it in money, or $7.65. Well, I only have one with 7. So no. And 13 out of 20 is actually 65. Look, 13 divided by 20 is 65. Hello, I did times, didn't I? 13 divided by 20 is 65. So, I mean, that was easier. Now, you could have also put these into improper fractions, right? You could have done it that way as well. I was so confused about. I was like, what are they on about? I got this one wrong as well. Angela has a rope. It has a length, 22x minus 4y plus 6, okay? So remember, this is like the total rope, okay? This is your total rope equation right there. But now she cuts it into 3 pieces. And 2 of the 3 pieces have this length. So now we need to figure out, it says, what is the length of the 3rd piece? But we have to figure out what is the length of this piece, and there's 2 of them, right? So there's 2 at 4x minus 5y plus 9, right? There's 2 of those. So we have to distribute this, right? Anytime you see this, you know you have to use distributive law. So I've got 8x minus 10y plus 18. Okay, so remember, this is like the 2 pieces of ropes equation. But this is the total rope up here, right? So now I have to minus, okay? So now I have my 22x minus 4y plus 6. But I got to get rid of these 8x minus 10y plus 18. Okay, now remember, when you've got some minus and minus, you've got some crazy things happening. So 22x minus 8, a positive minus a negative, is just 14x. Negative 4 minus negative 10. Remember, negative 4 minus negative 10 is really like saying negative 4 plus 10. Remember that. So the double minuses, the minus and the minus, right? Negative 4 minus, that's weird, but that's how it works. You take those 2 pluses and then 2 minuses become a negative. Okay, pardon me, 2 negatives become a positive. So this one is actually going to be plus 6y. Plus 6 minus 18 is going to be 12. And there is our answer. Okay, that one was a little bit tricky because you had to kind of do it in steps and you had to remember the laws of algebra. So I got that one wrong too. I hope these little tips have helped you. And again, reach out if you have any questions.